What's going on, YouTube? Back with another episode of After the Whistle with me, Xavier Chase. And this time we have Devin Hester,
I'm just a goat. Fastest of all time.
one of the greatest punt returner in NFL history.
I was today
Hall
years old when I knew he was a punt returner.
is a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest. He had he what he returned the punt the first game of the the first play. No, he returned the kickoff, the opening kickoff for the Super Bowl. I forgot what Super Bowl it was though. They played the Colts. I know that for sure. I don't know what year though. I forgot.
The When he was on the Bears, or was he on a different
Yeah,
team?
he was on the Bears.
The Bears went to the Super Bowl in my
Yeah,
lifetime?
yeah. This was back in like,
Dude, what? I
um,
didn't know that.
when did the Bears go to the Super Bowl? I don't remember. I know they did go. They went in like our lifetime. This was
I thought the Bears were like a cursed franchise.
not recently. They have kind of because they could have had Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But for you guys know, Jaden doesn't really watch football.
I know,
Next year we're gonna get
absolutely nothing.
next year we're gonna get him caught up on the lore of football.
Facts. I thought Devin Hester was a wide receiver this whole time.
So since you're a Sixers fan, does that mean you're gonna be an Eagles fan?
I don't know.
We gotta get you caught up, man. We gotta get you caught up.
Like
But
my
anyway,
family, they're
oh,
they're Commanders fans, so I really don't.
wow. Now we're gonna get canceled. We just talked about getting canceled. Now people, dude, we just talked about getting canceled, and now people are gonna go back to this episode and be like, "Oh, look what he said," and then we're gonna get canceled. So
Commanders.
thanks
My
for getting us
bad.
canceled, bud. Thank you
My
for some random guy on a Tuesday afternoon is gonna be like, "Let me go back and watch this episode," and they're gonna see this and be like, and they're gonna post it all on Twitter like Drake. But anyway, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We're at 75 subs. We're almost at that 80 sub mark. So if you guys let your mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin, first cousin, friend, family member know, subscribe if they like basketball. And yeah, man, we're gonna jump straight into it. The NBA trade deadline just passed. Um, thoughts, comments, concerns? Because I
So
had. Oh, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Because I just asked you.
I'm gonna just say it like this: the Bulls are the worst franchise in the NBA. No trades. Crazy, crazy. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. Mavericks is kind of iffy. I kind
Yeah,
of it's good and bad. It could work. Sixers. It's a lot better than people were expecting. Same thing that happened with Harden. It's a lot better than people were really expecting. Buddy Hield's a solid pickup, and Cameron Payne's better than people would think. Also, just Pat Bev's 35. You know,
he
you gotta understand that,
was on a one
and it
year deal,
sucks. I
right?
kind of did want him on the team. I really did want him on the team for playoff time, but it sucks. But you
Yeah,
gotta do what you gotta do. Knicks just keep getting better. All
they are
right.
the biggest winners from the trade deadline. They had to have won the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I saw the moves the Knicks were making, and I was like, wait, they got Bojan. I was like, the Knicks got Bojan Bogdanovic. If you don't know who Bojan Bogdanovic is, and you're like, oh, Knicks didn't get that much better, you are a casual, an NBA casual. If you don't know who Bojan Bogdanovic is, and he could go on any team, and do good. He is a 20-point per game scorer that shoots 40% from three. And not only did you get him, you also got Alec Burke, who can be a little iffy, but is a great pop off the bench. But go ahead with the statement you were making.
The Pistons. Don't get me started on the Pistons, man. How are they going to trade away all of their team, all their assets, their trading assets of players wise, and get back nothing?
No first
They
round
got
picks.
back straight dog water. They got straight second round picks. They had guys that were worth first rounders, got straight seconds. That's insane. Did they get a first round pick? I don't think so.
I don't think they did.
That's insane to me. Bojan Bogdanovic, a 20-point game scorer. Give him like 2 seconds. That's crazy to me. That's
No,
crazy
definitely.
talk. That's insane. The Pistons are terrible. Why? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, definitely.
You know they don't have their pick, right?
You know that I know. Do I know the Pistons don't have their pick?
Yeah, they don't got their pick.
What did they trade? What would that trade? What did they trade it for?
They traded their pick to somewhere. I forget.
Hmm. Um. Dang. Well, the
Look,
Pistons.
can you look it up real quick? Could you find that?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna look
There's
up
a
like
protection on it, of course, but still, trade away their pick.
Pistons. I'm look at Pistons draft picks.
So, I mean, they'll
So it
probably still
looks.
get their pick.
Oh, hold on. So they have. Oh no, this is showing up like recent picks. This is like showing their franchises picks. I don't like this. All right, hold on. Draft picks future. Realgm.com. So they have their first round 2024, but it's like a 15 to 30 pick. It's not a lottery pick for some reason. Oh wait, no, that's the Hawks. Shoot. Okay, the Pistons. They own they own their first round pick this year.
Oh, maybe it's next year's pick or something.
They have that pick too. Or no, it
Really?
says 1 to 16 own, and then it says 19 to 30 to the New York Knicks.
Yeah, it was the Knicks. Yeah, they traded that pick to the Knicks.
They traded it to it looks like they traded it to Toronto for via Clippers to New York. Dude, the trades are so weird. Trades in NFL NBA are so weird.
Yeah.
Like cuz like one team has it and then you own their picks and then project it's so weird.
Yeah. Bro, like that pick that keeps
But
getting passed around this year, where it's like the least favorable pick of like the Clippers, Rockets, Jazz,
no,
Thunder.
I think that's what it entails. It said like the Clippers and like the Knicks. So I'm like, dude, these trades are ridiculous. Like, is anybody gonna get this pick?
Yeah,
Who's
the
gonna end up
Pistons
with this
just
pick?
suck though.
They definitely do.
Like I don't know what these trades are. What are y'all doing? You're not setting yourself up to be better in the future. It's getting
Definitely not.
worse and worse.
No, definitely. I think the Pistons were one of my biggest losers. My biggest loser from the trade deadline was unfortunately my Bulls.
Yeah.
They haven't made a trade since, like you said the other day, since we graduated high school.
Since we graduated high school.
That's almost 3 years ago. So we had guy. Well, it's unfortunate because Zach LaVine went down for for the year, so you couldn't trade him, obviously. But then guys like um, DeMar DeRozan, we could have traded for. Like we could have traded him away for at least a second, at least. Like somebody could have used it. I thought, but especially Caruso, I thought, man, like Caruso, we can get a nice. I don't want to say a haul, but I feel like we can get at least bare minimum one first round pick for Caruso. And the way Drummond was in talks, I was like, maybe they can even trade Drummond, or we can get Drummond out of here for a second. But I thought for Caruso there was going to be a lot of people because there was a lot because Caruso is another guy. He's not a 20-point per game scorer and he doesn't shoot 40% from three, but he plays hellacious All NBA defense. So I thought we could at least get a first round pick for him and like a quality young guy. The Lakers were looking at him. Well, the Lakers look at everybody, but I really thought the Bucks were going to go after him, and that's another team that was one of my biggest losers. Were the Bucks.
They got Pat Bev.
Yeah, but Pat Bev, man, like their defense is going to need a lot more work to be done, especially on like the perimeter than just Pat Bev. Like I
Yeah, I
thought.
played the Bucks.
Go ahead.
I played the Bucks in 2K. Pat Bev did not help.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I thought Caruso would have been a guy that they would have pursued heavily, could to really put them over the top. Now they did just beat the Nuggets the other night by like 20 or so, but that's obviously like off night. Teams have off nights every now and then. But I thought Caruso could have really put the Bucks over the top, like back into the conversation of one of the favorites. So the Bucks are probably one of my main losers because I thought they really could have done something else. And I also would say that the Thunder are also one of my biggest losers.
Why
You
is
got
that?
you got Gordon Hayward, which is good, but he's also old and he's also injury prone, and you also needed another sizable big man next to Chet. I thought, like with a lot of bigs that were on the market, Clint Capella, Daniel Gafford. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Oh yeah, Mavericks getting Gafford. That was really good.
Yeah, I'm like, but I thought like the Thunder could have used another big next to Chet. Like, cause Chet is really their only like big man. He doesn't have a lot of size to him. Lengthwise, yes, but like he's not. Like what it like in a 7 game series, like he's gonna have to go up against Anthony Davis and Nikola Jokic, and I mean Demontis Sabonis is pretty good. I think he can handle him. But like if the Thunder really want to compete, they should have gotten a big that could handle some of these Western Conference bigs. So I thought the Thunder, especially with all the picks, they have 18 first round picks, and you couldn't go out and get one big. Why are you holding on to all these picks? Like I feel like they're just burning a hole in your pocket. Or I would like to have seen them make a big splash and go get Lowry Markkinen. I feel like that really would have put them over the top. Like you trade Giddy and 3 first round picks to the Jazz. It's actually funny that I said Josh Giddy to the Jazz. If you know, you know.
Ha!
Um, but if you traded those 4 first round picks, like, are the Jazz really going to say no to 5 first round picks for Lowry Markkinen? No. You trade away 5 of those 1st round picks, go get Lowry
Honestly,
Markkinen.
I don't think it would even take 3 first round picks with Josh Giddey.
I'm just saying in general, like, yeah, that's why I'm like, if I trade away Josh Giddy and maybe um the other Jalen Williams, not the one with the braids, but the other Jalen Williams, and like two or
Yeah.
three first round picks, go get you Lowry Markkinen. Now you have Shea, Lowry, and Chet, J Dub, Lou Dort. Now you're really content. I think you're probably another year away because you're still so young and nobody has real playoff experience. But I thought they were not the biggest loser, but I thought they could have done more. I thought they could have been more aggressive. Um, I've already said my piece about the Knicks. In a 7 game series between the Bucks and the Knicks, give me the Knicks. Give me the Knicks.
No,
Give me the Knicks.
you got Randall out there guarding Giannis.
But okay, but the way Hartenstein has been playing, plays really well. And there's reports that Mitchell Robinson could come back. If you get Mitchell Robinson back, that is a game. So you have Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Bojan, I would say Jalen Ramsey. Uh, Hold on, what was that?
You forgot
Julius
you forgot OG Ananobi.
OG Ananobi, Julius Randle, Isaiah Hartenstein, Alec Burke now. And if Mitchell Robinson comes back, that is a squad. That is a
Yeah, they got a
team.
squad, definitely.
I think they could really beat the Bucks in a 7 game series. I'm like, Giannis and Dame are great, but they don't play a lick of defense. Like their interior defense is great and all, but their perimeter defense is horrible. Dame does not guard any. Well, Dame's also like 33, but Dame has also not ever been known for his perimeter defense. So, and you don't want
Well,
Giannis out there guarding Jalen Brunson all game long because Giannis isn't an on-ball defender; he's an off-ball defender.
I would say it like this. We're at the point in time where all these teams are getting really good, getting stacked up, and showing why they're winning teams. And really, it's at the point where like any team I could see win a 7 game series. And I think every series is probably going to go to 6 or 7 games. I don't think there'll be no sweeps this year.
It sucks, man, because Joel Embiid got hurt. So it really, really sucks because you
Yeah,
would love to see him out there. And when he does come back, he's going to be not obviously at 100%. He's going to be somewhere between 75, maybe 80% of what he actually is capable of. But I would love to see like
he's
him.
going to come back though.
I mean, he's going to come back, but he's not going
He's going
to
to go on a
be
tear. 76 all the way in the finals against the Thunder.
like
Chat
this is
can't guard that.
I think what you had said earlier about the Knicks are going to have to win. If they want to win a championship, they're going to have to win a championship like the Pistons did. Like just a team oriented.
That's crazy how you remember that.
Yeah, I remember. Hey, man. Because that take stuck a lot with that tape really stuck with me because that's true. Because the Knicks, every time they go out and play one of these top tier teams, they don't have the best player out there. They play the Celtics, they don't have the best player. You know, Stephen A said it. He was like, we
Did
don't
I just
always
hear
have
the
the.
Celtics? Did I just hear the Celtics?
Well, I'm just saying, like
Did I
Jason
just hear
Tatum,
the Celtics?
like they go.
Bum, 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 bum,
Why do
bum,
you have these?
da-da-da, da-da-da,
Why do you have these?
da-da.
Wait, what shoes? What shoes? What shoes? Let me see the feet. Dude, those look
These
like.
like the Jordan 36s, I think.
I was like, dude, those look like mustard shoes.
Bum, bum, bum,
Why is
bum,
it
bum,
Yo, why is his
bum,
body
bum.
so wide? His body's so
Facts.
wide. Yo,
They
his
got the
jersey
leg sleeve
looks.
though.
Oh, like the. Oh, I was talking about the tattoo. Yeah, where's his tattoos? I don't got no tattoos.
Where is his tattoo? Yeah, no tattoos.
That sucks. But I just think the Knicks really made themselves, especially when they like I say when they get healthy, when they get OG back, when they get Randall back, if they somehow can finagle their way and Mitchell Robinson come back, this is a team you got to watch out for. I would take the Knicks in a 7 game series over the Milwaukee Bucks.
Are you sure though? Are you sure about that?
Hey, I've seen. It's hard though. It's hard because you know what Dame is in the playoffs. Dame time is you know around the corner. And you know what Giannis can do in the playoffs? It's just the matter of the Knicks. We know the Knicks can play defense. They just added, like I said, they just added Bojan, and the Knicks can play defense. They only allow 109 points a game since getting OG Anunoby. And like I said, Mitchell Robinson is going to be the key. If they can get Mitchell Robinson to come back, yeah, because he's gonna alter shots. He's gonna get blocks. So yeah.
Look, I like the Knicks besides Julius Randle, but there's just one man the Knicks just can't stop. And do you know who that is?
Giannis.
Bum, 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 the New York Knicks cannot beat Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo
Have you
is
seen the?
just too good for them.
Well, you say that, but what happened on Christmas?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Guess who? Guess the Knicks and the Bucks played on Christmas. Guess who won? The
Knicks.
the Knicks, and I think that was before the OG Anunoby trade. That was before
Yes.
the OG Anunoby trade, and that was obviously way before the boat. So they just, like I said, they got better. I see them winning. Another winner I thought was the Mavs. You actually now gave Luka Doncic a center. He does no longer have to wipe out. Not there's no shade on Derek Lively. I think Derek Lively's great. He's just too young. But now you got Gafford and you add PJ Washington. Yo, did you hear the story on why they traded away Grant Williams?
No, I didn't.
So apparently it's rumored that he was very annoying and he I think he wore so Luca is sponsored by Jordan.
Yeah.
So apparently at one of the games or one time Grant Williams apparently wore Jayson Tatum's
Mm.
and Luca didn't like that. Apparently he was just very annoying. I've heard he was like very childish.
He looks
Um
like it.
yeah, so that's why he was that must suck. Like I always wondered how that is. Like you go from a contending team to the Hornets. Like, I wonder how that feels. Like, are you set? What is that in your hand?
What?
That's why you asked me earlier. Now I see why you asked me.
What'd you
Yo,
see in my hand?
that's hey, you got when you're watching this, go ahead and rewind like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. You know what I just saw. You know what you just saw. But anyway,
What do you
I'm
see?
gonna go ahead and help you out. Another team I thought could have done better, but it's on the rise right now, are the Warriors.
Did I just hear the Warriors? Boom, 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 boom. The greatest point guard of all time, Stephen Curry.
I also thought they could have made some moves at the deadline. I wish they actually did something. Um, I wish they went out and got another piece to score to help Steph out. I would have also liked to see them go get Laurie Markkinen. I feel like that would have been cool. I thought people should just made a lot of offers to get Laurie Markkinen, but
Look like Steve Curry.
Steve Curry. I'm trying to think.
Kobe
But
Bryant.
I thought, like I said, the Mavericks were winners and the Knicks were winners. I thought the Sixers. I don't know why they like that was still the most useless trade they could have done to get Cameron Payne. Like it was weird to me. Like, why would you trade away Pat Bev in a sec to get Cameron Payne in a second rounder? Like, what did you do that
Because
for?
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure, but it allowed them to get Kyle Lowry, who
Oh
they
yeah,
signed
oh
today.
yeah, yeah, that's right, that's right. I forgot you told me that. So I guess if you get Kyle Lowry, then that helps because Kyle Lowry can, like I said, we talked about it one episode where he'll have that random playoff game where have like 20 points, hit like two or three threes, and have like four charges. It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
insane. There was some news today. Supposedly, Kyle Kuzma was supposed to get traded. Oh wait, I forgot the Lakers. The Lakers also got Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yes.
Was that a thumbs up, thumbs down? How do we feel?
It's just okay. But the Lakers are making a huge mistake because they just said what their finishing lineup for games is going to be. I don't know if it's true or probably they'll have it one time and it'll go wrong. But Spencer Dinwiddie, Austin Reeves, and D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis, LeBron, yo, that's terrible. Don't have those three out there all at the same time.
You have no perimeter defense out there,
That's
man.
terrible.
If but their problem was scoring. Like they had like their defense was okay at times, but it was their scoring, man. I think they said it. I think Gilbert Arenas had said it, and he was like, their starting five averages less points than the Pistons starting five.
Dang.
Like, I think that's what it was because like you had like their starting lineup was what D'Lo, Torian, Cam, LeBron, AD. Now I don't think they needed Torian and Cam. Like I don't think they needed them both out there at the same time because they were supposed to be your defensive guys. But you have a middle of the pack defense, so it's like if Cam's supposed to be your defensive guy, why is he not stopping anybody? And why is he so like streak? Like he's not really streaky. Like he's just kind of like he's averaging. He's playing 30 minutes and he's giving you 6 points or he's giving you 3 points. Like no, you need
Yeah.
more. But if
Yeah.
that is their starting lineup, that's kind of rough. But
No, that was their
also,
ending of a game, like
oh
ending of the
oh
game,
oh oh oh,
which is
did they
bad.
win it? Did they win that game?
I don't know if they won their last game or whatever with him. I don't even know if he's played yet. That's just what the coach said was going to be their.
Darvin
Oh yeah,
Ham is
Doc
king.
Rivers sucks,
Yo, he
but
does suck. I don't know what made them say, First off, he has let that, and shouts out to Q, man. Can't be on the episode tonight because he's going to talk about this. But he has to be the most like overrated. Let that he won his last championship in 2008. I was
I wasn't
six
even
years
born yet.
old. Oh, I was 6 years old when he won. Six. They were showing like Kia commercials with the hamsters.
You were actually 5.
Yeah, because then it would have been in what, July? Because the finals are in what, June? Yeah.
Yeah, like June, July-ish.
So I would have been 5. Yeah, I would have been 5. So like that's crazy to think about. I am now 21 years old. Like, and he's played with some Hall of Fame. Like, and on that team he won the championship with, he had Ray Allen, Hall of Famer, Kevin Garnett, Hall of Famer, Paul Pierce, Hall of Famer, Rajon Rondo, fringe Hall of Famer, Hall of Very Good, however you want to describe it. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Some may disagree. And then, but if you go look at all the players he's played with since then, or he's coached, it's ridiculous.
Chris Paul, Hall of Famer. Blake
Yeah,
Griffin, maybe Hall of Famer.
maybe
What were you about to say?
James Harden,
Yeah, James Harden, Hall
Joel
of Famer.
Embiid,
Hall of Famer.
Kawhi Leonard,
Hall of Famer. Paul
Paul
George,
George,
Hall of Famer.
now Giannis, now
Hall of
Dame,
Famer. Hall of Famer.
and he has one championship to show for it. So he's basically played with what? That's like 9, 10 Hall of Famers with a couple of fringe Hall of Fame or a couple of fringe players that make it into the Hall of Fame. And he's
Tobias Harris, Hall of Famer.
wait, how many conference finals has he made since that championship? I know he made the one in the bubble. No, not the bubble, not the bubble. I know he made the one without Kawhi that one year when they played the Suns.
Yeah.
So he's basically made one. No,
Yeah.
he made one with the Clippers, right?
No. Chris Paul and Clippers never got their conference finals.
That's so sad. That's so sad, dog. Yes, Doc Rivers. They need me out there for real to coach. They need me out there. But yeah, apparently Kyle Kuzma was supposed to also go to the Mavericks. That also did not happen because apparently their timelines didn't match up. And apparently Kyle Kuzma said he wanted to win a championship with the Wizards. Yeah. He said there was basically a quote out there and he was like, our timelines just didn't match up. He was like, I don't want to be like a third or fourth dude. But I'm like, dude, just say you're in it for the money. Like, just say you're in it. Like, just say you're in it for the money. Oh yeah, this is the quote. He said, and I quote, or no, because it says Kyle Kuzma stated that his timeline did not align with the Mavericks. In my career, I won a championship, so I understand that when we play this game of basketball, it's not about contending for a playoff spot. It's about contending for an NBA championship. There's only like 3 or 4 contenders, true contenders. I just felt like our timelines didn't line up.
Yo, buddy, you suck.
Dude, what are you talking about? You play for
You're on
the
the
Wizards.
Wizards.
Yeah, you're on the Wizards. Like, what are you talking about? Like, apparently, like I said, Kyle Kuzma mentioned that the Wizards offered to trade him to Dallas, but he chose to stay in DC to build something here. Like, he said, I told him I wanted to stay and continue to build something. And that's when I and that was kind of the end of it. Dude, just say you're in it for the money. Just say you're in it for the bag at this point. Like, you're like, just say you're in it for the bag. Like, come on. Don't try and put it as, oh, I want to build. You're not building anything. I don't even, do they even have their first round pick for this year? Like, come on. Let's just stop it. Like, you're not in it for championships. You're not in it for building anything. You're in it for the bread. Just stop. Trying to think of some new NBA news that happened. Um, they're over here promoting Charlotte Hornets on a 2-game win streak. That's so funny. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened. Apparently Marcus Morris is leaning to sign with the Timberwolves. Um, Kendrick Perkins did say he does. He said, and I quote, "I don't see the Heat getting past the first round of the Eastern Conference."
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. It's possible. Yeah, I could see them. Like I said, I could see anyone winning it, really. But
Depends on the matchups. Depends on who you
yeah.
get.
But Anthony Edwards did get crossed by Paul George. I don't want to hear anything about it. Paul George crossed him, made him touch earth, made him fall into his teammate. He did not trip him. Anthony Edwards tripped over his own foot. And if you want to say, oh, he tripped over himself, so that's not a crossover, yo, dog, that's an ankle breaker right there. He crossed him up, got him stuck. He made him fall over his own feet. That's literally what getting an ankle breaker is. Because that could right there could break your ankle. Like, that's what it is.
So I did. So I know how you asked me earlier if there was if we were going to mention Jayson Tatum. Yeah, I did. You look like
What?
you look like you're about to get him.
No.
Yeah, I just saw him. I just saw him, dog. I just saw him in your hand,
What
dog.
are you talking about? Dude, there's nothing in my hand.
We all just saw the green on the bottom of your screen, dog.
That's my green screen. It acts up sometimes.
Yeah, sure, definitely. But so there was another podcast. It was shoot, I forgot what it was called. I forgot what it's called. But they were having a conversation about if Jayson Tatum was elite or not, and that really got me thinking about are players are these players like elite? Are they superstars? So like, is Jayson Tatum elite? I know it's a hard question. It's a really
It's
hard question.
so hard, dude, just because he paused.
But
Just because he plays for the Celtics and they have a winning culture, so it makes him win a lot. He came into a winning situation, so it's just hard to really say he's really him, you know? Because when he got to the finals, he sucked, you know?
yeah,
It's like it's just hard, but
because
I'm gonna just
when I
like
think of elite, I say, well, I'm gonna give you players and you let me know if they're elite or not. So Nikola Jokic,
yes,
Embiid,
yeah,
LeBron,
yeah,
Curry,
yeah.
Trey Young.
What?
Is Trey Young elite?
No.
Is I'm trying to think. Is Anthony Davis elite?
Yeah,
Is Jimmy Butler elite?
extremely.
Kevin Durant?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Is Devin Booker elite? Or is he in that boat with Jayson Tatum?
He's yeah, nah, he's not really there yet. Like
So where does he fall? Like he fall because they said Jayson Tatum basically bridges the gap between elite players and like all-star caliber players, and Jayson Tatum's in the middle.
kinda, yeah.
It's hard. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, what he's made how many first team All NBAs? I just, man, it's kind of because he hasn't. Like like I said in the last episode, I think this is the Celtics' golden chance. They got to make it's championship or bust for him, and I think that would then put him in the elite category. But I mean, he's made what? He won Rookie of the Year, and then he won All NBA, and then he was so he's basically made two first team All NBA. He's made three All NBA teams. He's been fourth in MVP voting, sixth in MVP voting, and 12th in MVP voting.
Like it's so hard just because like he's really good. Like
But
I have him, he's a top 10 player in the world.
so our
But
top 10 players not elite?
like
Is Shea Gilgeous Alexander elite?
He's not elite yet, even though I have him as like the sixth, seventh, whatever it was. Like,
So, do you have to win a championship to be elite?
no,
Because Luka Doncic to me is elite.
very elite. And I would have like Trailblazers, Damian Lillard, elite. But he never won a championship. Jimmy Butler, elite. Like,
Is Donovan Mitchell elite?
he's kind of in that Jayson Tatum category.
Anthony Edwards?
I mean, he's just young, so
John Morant at his when he was playing, was he elite?
no.
And I guess it all depends on what you think elite is. There's
It
your own
really has no meaning. Like, it really,
yeah,
like,
I guess it depends on what you define elite as. I feel like you have to win. Because then I feel like people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, Luca never won anything of significance, so how is he elite?" It's just like I feel like you have to either have the numbers or the accolades or both. Because Luca's numbers are ridiculous. Like, and he was like you said earlier, Jayson Tatum kind of was put into a good situation.
yeah.
Like he was there for Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. He had Jalen Brown. Marcus Smart was there. Like you had all these guys. When Luca, when he got there, I mean, what the Mavericks had a 40-year-old
40-year-old.
dirt. Like, and then he's lifted them out of that he's living out of that place, and they went to the Western Conference Finals with arguably a untapped Jalen Brunson on his team. Like Joel Embiid was elite, or still is elite, because he lifted the Sixers out of what they were, and then so is Nikola Jokic. I mean, the Nuggets weren't ever like bottom feeders, but they also weren't world beaters either.
I'm
So,
trying to think who's elite that hasn't like won anything.
like you said, Shea. I guess because it's hard to say that top 10 players aren't elite. Because I feel like if you are top 10, you have to be elite. Because it's
No,
like,
because like he's top 10, but he just got the top 10. So it's hard to say he's really elite yet. Like that boy hasn't even been like in the playoffs like that.
I mean, he made the finals. And he went through I mean, he.
I'm talking about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Sorry. I was talking about Jayson Tatum. Shea Gilgeous, is he elite? No, I don't. Nah, I don't. I feel like if he did win this MVP, he would be elite. But it's hard because it's like, how can you guys say he's top 10, but he's also not elite? It's like you're talking out of two sides of your mouth.
No, it's just because
No,
elite is
I agree with what you're saying. I'm just what other people are gonna say. They're gonna be
right.
like,
Yeah.
you guys are saying Shea Gilgeous is top 10 player. Jaden, you have him as winning, or you had him, as a favorite to win MVP, but he's not elite. How does that work?
I it's like it's hard to really even say. Like it's just that person that you trust with the ball fourth quarter and the game really.
Pick a side podcast. Pick a side podcast. That's what it's called. Pick a side. If you guys watch that podcast, because they were even talking about like, is Kevin Durant legendary? Which we can get into the next episode because that's a whole another topic. They were like, is Kevin Durant legendary? One of the guys was like, no, he's not legendary. And I was like, he might have a point. Kevin Durant might not be. I feel like it's not crazy to say he's not legendary.
I think Kawhi's elite. I think Paul George is elite.
But they aren't top 10 players. Or one of them isn't. Probably Paul George.
I think Harden is elite,
Still?
and I think Westbrook is elite.
Is it nostalgia for you? that you're saying there? I don't think Russell Westbrook is elite. I don't think he's elite anymore. But that's not to say he's a bad player.
Dude, here's what I gotta say. You put Westbrook on the Pistons right now, he's giving you 27, 10, and 10. I'm telling you. So like he's
But don't
still elite. Like
but doesn't winning have to play a factor in you being
and
elite?
like elite also is it's like just like that mentality, you know. That's why it was so easy to put Jimmy
Jimmy Butler.
Butler in there. Like I feel if you have that like even though if you didn't win yet, you still have that championship DNA in you. I feel like that kind of makes you elite. Like Klay
Is
Thompson,
Go
Draymond
ahead.
Green, I mean, Klay Thompson is so bad now, maybe not, but I would have Draymond Green. Like I would say he's elite. Draymond Green's elite to me.
Because of the mindset.
Yeah. Draymond Green's a winner, you know?
That is true because since Draymond's come back, the Warriors have made a resurgence. The Warriors were dead in the water. Like we all
Yeah.
wrote the Warriors off. Like it took phenomenal performances from Curry for them to even be close to winning. And now since Draymond has come back from suspension, the Warriors have made a resurgence. Like they're above 500. They just had a great win the other night against the Suns. Like so you really can't. That's why when people try, I hate when people try to discredit him and they're like, "Oh, he's just a Curry merchant." But it's like, no, they play really, really well off of one another. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like Curry is nothing without Draymond because he's still Steph Curry. But
Giannis
like,
is elite. I
oh
forgot
yeah,
him.
yeah, Giannis is elite. So Dame is still elite.
I uh,
Damian Lillard is elite.
I said earlier Portland. I don't know about now. Kind of like he just shoots. He's not shooting really well, you know. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. So is Jaylen Brown elite? It's gonna
no,
I'm gonna say you better get prepared for hell in the comments, dog.
because
Because you were about if you were gonna say
look,
yes to Jaylen Brown and no to Dame, you were gonna catch hell. But it's okay because that's what we're here
I'll be
for.
honest. Tatum and Brown are both so close to being elite. I really do. Because honestly, I don't think the gap between them is really that large as people would think. It's
Right.
just Tatum is that number one on the team because you have to have a number one team. You can't have two number ones.
Is is De'Aaron Fox elite?
No, but he's pretty close.
Is he?
I think
I think
I think
I
there's
think he's a
a lot.
I think he's a peg right under Jayson Tatum.
I think there's a lot of close people and
Yeah.
people that are next knocking on the door, being to open an elite club. It definitely is Tatum and Brown.
Now I'm like trying to like I'm like my mind's racing. I'm trying to figure out who's elite and who's not. Jalen Brunson?
Nah, just because they
They just
mm,
became relevant or
yeah. So like with elite thing, like I would say Westbrook is still elite, but Dame is kind of exiting out that door just because I mean when you're getting older, yeah, obviously your body's like decaying and you're getting worse. That's why Klay Thompson I would say isn't, but Draymond is because Draymond's still playing at a high level. Westbrook can
well
still play at a high level.
well Clay also had two back to back
Well, yeah,
like
that's why I
career
can't really
threatening injuries.
yeah,
So
so
like
that's why I
that
can't really put him in that elite category anymore.
okay.
And Dame, you know, he's just not playing as well as I would like him to play to really trust him with the keys. Like I just can't right now. But like even still, Westbrook, Harden, they're still really good. All right. And you put them on their own team, they're cooking. All right. I'm just be honest with you. And they just have that DNA in them to just win, you know?
When I think of elite, I think of guys that can either have outstanding numbers like Luca, but don't have the accolades or winning to back it up, but they have those numbers, those eye popper. Like Luca's averaging what 34 and 10 and 9. Like that's elite. Like those numbers are wild. But they don't have the winning, they don't have the championships, the MVPs, but he's also made what 5 or 6 all NBA teams. Like
Yeah.
that's also crazy. Like that's elite. But I will also say elite also has to do with, or it could be winning to a certain degree, but also with the numbers. So you can't, I don't want people to be like, oh, so you think Patrick McCall is elite? No, I don't think he's elite. Like just because he has 3 wings, you said people need to win. Like I think winning needs to have like I think Joel Embiid is elite because he has the accolades and stuff, and he might not have the chip. I'm trying to think of a guy that has like a chips, but may not be or doesn't have like the eye popping numbers right now. It's just hard. It's hard because I feel like elite also has to do with
No,
like
I would say Kawhi Leonard. He doesn't have the eye popping
okay,
numbers.
yeah, perfect, perfect,
24 and
perfect,
5, but he's
perfect.
elite.
He is elite. That's
Yeah.
perfect. And I think that would definitely have to factor. I think yeah, so definitely has like doesn't have the eye popping numbers, but team's winning, has some success, has chips, has accolades to back it up. So I think Kawhi is definitely a perfect name. Um, it's just when I think of elite, I feel like can this team cannot when I think of elite, I'm like, do I want to start my franchise with this player? Would I be okay starting my franchise with this player and then getting me to the promised land, getting me a chip in the next 4 or 5 years? And with Jayson Tatum, I feel like I could say, I feel like,
Yeah, with that argument, yeah, Jayson Tatum is elite.
yeah, like I feel like I could say, yeah, like when I think of elite, like I think of guys like if I had to start a franchise with them in 5 years, could they get me a title? Jayson Tatum, yes. Russell Westbrook, no, because I don't think at this stage of
Okay, because
age.
he's old, bruh.
Yeah, but what I'm not but I'm also not discrediting your
Hey, if I had
definition.
LeBron on I wouldn't think LeBron in 5 years to give me a chip. So, I mean,
We don't even know if he's gonna play another 5 years.
exactly. So that's why
So,
that's
so I
why that
guess
argument.
okay.
Yeah,
So I mean,
because we're
it's
talking about
also
right now.
right now. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so. Right now, would I say Jayson Tatum is elite? No, I would not say Jayson Tatum is elite. I think he's knocking on the door. I think he's like, hey guys, I'm about to pull up a chair. I think if he caps off this year with a championship, he is elite. I don't think Jayson Tatum right now is elite. I think he is, like I said, knocking on the door. Would you agree?
Yeah. It
So,
goes like him, Shea, James Booknight, and Jaylen Brown. That's like the four guys that are next up to being in the elite category.
James Booknight. It's definitely a conversation to have. It's definitely very interesting. I think
Yeah, like James
it's just
Booknight really has that potential to be up there. Like he does. So like
because
he's really
if people say that if I feel like if somebody were to say, no, I think Jayson Tatum's elite, that's not crazy to say that. That's not crazy. Like I'm like, okay, like I'm not gonna be here and disagree with you. I'm not gonna fight with you. Like that's a good point. Like if you think he's elite, I don't think he's elite yet. I think he's knocking on the door. I think he's like, I'm ready. Like I want to enter the conversation of being elite. But I think he also falls into that category, like you said, James Booknight, um, Yuta Watanabe, um, Anthony Edwards, Shea, um, Trey Young. There's like tiers to it because there's like superstar, all star, stuff like that. So just star, like so. And there's some guys that just don't have eye popping, like Jamal Murray. He's not elite,
yeah.
unfortunately. He's really, really whoa. He's really, really good. He's just not elite, and it sucks. He's like D Wade when he played with LeBron. Like D Wade at the time was elite. Like he was still D Wade, but or like he's like Pau Gasol when he played with Kobe and when they were running those championships. Pau Gasol was really good, but was he elite?
He was in the NBA when I was broke. Psych. I've been paid. Put the heat to his face, give him flashbacks to D Wade. Such a bar. That's such a bar.
Is there anything else you have for us tonight?
That's really all.
All right. Um, we're gonna close it out for you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you think. Is Jayson Tatum elite? You guys,
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
you guys, let us know what you think. Is Jayson Tatum elite? Leave a comment, share us with your friends, and ask them what they think. Like, comment, subscribe, helps us hit that 80 subscriber mark, and we're gonna hit you back up with some content next week. So this is me, Xavier. I got Devin Hester, Hall of Famer, best punt returner of all time, signing off.